We've had our Tesla Model 3 for a week now, and we're a bit frightened to drive it. Stay tuned and I'll tell you why. Hi, John Tisbury here. If this is your first time here and you're interested in Tesla Model 3, Hyundai Kona, Tesla Powerwall, solar, all that kind of thing, well, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button and notification bell icon to be notified of new updates as and when I upload them. We've done a very few miles on our car, 190 miles on our Tesla, and 70 of those were actually coming back from the collection from the dealers when we collected it up. So take off the delivery mileage as well, we've probably done 100 miles in the car in a week, which, you know, is not really that much. And I said we were frightened to drive it, and we are. We're apprehensive about getting stone chips on the car. So we haven't really been driving it until we've got the car protected properly. We've got a few options around that of actually what to do. So we're doing a lot of research into paint protected films, ceramic coating. The internet's obviously awash with best practice and all that kind of thing. We bought this Model 3 as a sort of long-term investment, so we don't anticipate selling it anytime soon. It's our car, we haven't got it on a lease or anything like that. So we wanted to make sure that the money we'd invested in the car was retained, and one of the best ways of doing that is obviously to look after it. So internally that's fine, we can do that. We don't have kids or dog or anything like that. But the thing we haven't got any control over is the outside, in terms of stone chips and dings and scratches and those kind of things. So we wanted to reduce the likelihood of that attacking the paint, and especially with modern paints. The water-based paints now used in the more automotive industry are a lot softer than the previous solvent-based ones, which were very, very hard wearing. Talking to industry paint experts, they were saying that, previously with the solvent-based paints, you would probably get 3 or 4 stone chips over 3 or 4 years because the paint was so rugged or robust. Whereas nowadays you can pick up 3 or 4 stone chips on a trip to the shops and back. The paint is a lot softer than it used to be. That was something that concerned us, and we wanted to make sure that we would then have the car protected. So we've gone with the protective film. That's the option that we've decided. It's expensive, no bones about it. It's not a job I wanted to do myself. I've seen YouTube videos of people doing the job themselves, which is fine and dandy if that's what you wanted to do. But I wanted to take it to a professional installer of the film and get it done that way. We want to protect our investment, as I said earlier, to make sure that if we do come to sell it in the future, that we don't get knocked down because of poor paint or paint areas that needed retouching, or even worse, a full front respray because of all the bug and stone chips on it. Having made that decision, the next one was to when to actually get it done, and that caused a bit of a dilemma really, because if you recall when we picked up the Tesla in the previous video, link up there, we found that we had a dent on the front bonnet where somebody had dropped something, and it's got a scratch on it, but it's also got a dink in an indentation or a dent in the metal. We've got that booked in with Tesla on the 18th of October. So we've got a service call there for them to fix that. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, whether they're going to pull that dent out potentially and then repaint that area or replace the bonnet or whatever, I don't know, we'll find that out on the day. If they decide to paint it, we've then got a further week to wait before we can apply the film, because that new paint needs to fully cure and dry before the film can be applied. So do we wait until the dent's finished, which would take us into sort of probably the second week in November, so it's quite some time. That means we're not really going to be wanting to drive the car. Or do we get the film applied to the majority of the car and ignore the bonnet for the time being? At least it will allow us to have some protection on the car, and once the bonnet's fixed we can then go back and then get the film put on the bonnet. So that's the route we've decided to go with. So what's happened is that we're booked in for film on Monday, Sunday today when I'm recording this, so tomorrow then. And it's booked in there for just over a week. And the agenda is, or the itinerary for it is, it's like going on a spa weekend basically. So it's having 2 days of pamper on paint paint, so it's having detailing and paint correction with a professional detailer. It'll take him, as I say, 2 days to pick up any areas. I can't say I've spotted any, but I'm sure in his professional eye he will. And once it's finished, it'll be super shiny and the paint will be awesome. Then it's sort of 5 days to apply the film, which takes us over, say, just over the week. So a Monday to Monday, really. I'll pick the car up in Tuesday week is the plan. Hopefully I'm going to pop back in while they're doing that, so I'm going to ask them tomorrow if that's okay, and grab some footage to show you what they're doing, because I'm interested as well, and hopefully you'll be as well. So we've gone with the film. There are other options in terms of ceramic coating. Some people could just go with ceramic coating, some people go with a PPF film, paint protection film, some people go with both. So I then had to investigate what ceramic coating was and what the benefits were. And from my understanding, ceramic coating is great for helping to keep the car clean and stopping dirt, grime and grit from sticking to the car. It creates a very slippery surface, so the stuff just slides off it. But it doesn't offer sort of protection in terms of stones and things like that. And you can put ceramic coating on top of PPF film. So that's the route we've gone. So we're going to go with a ceramic coating, which will make the car appear cleaner for longer, because the dirt won't stick to it so much. But also when we come to clean it, come to wash it, it'll be a lot easier to clean. So that's the plan. And I've found I use the 2 bucket method with grit guards at the bottom. It's very easy to pick up a bit of grit in the water when you're washing or rinsing off. Having the ceramic coating on there plus the PPF film will really protect the paintwork much more than not having any of it on. So yes, looking forward to having that all on there, so we can then fully utilise the car and get some enjoyment out of it. So the next time you see the car, it should be super shiny and have protective film all over it. So we shall show you that, and then from there we'll have an update on what happens at the service centre with Tesla on the 18th, and to decide what they're going to do with the bonnet. So I shall update you on that as and when I know. So yeah, that's it for today. Hope you found that useful. If you have, then consider subscribing, hit that notification bell icon, spread the word because it helps the channel grow, and I shall see you on the next one. All right, take care.